objective. For example, I would first like to talk about the candidness. Usually, few people would like to talk in a candid way, in a casual way. Why? Because their intention of communication is candid. They want to talk which is more acceptable to people. They want to talk which is more original in form. That is nothing but candidness. I would like to now explain the second point of 7 C's of communication, clarity. It is very important to understand why clarity. If my objective of communication is to give out the clear message to the audiences. For example, a person is retiring from one of the forms of sports. कोई बंदा किसी फॉर्म के स्पोर्ट्स से रिटायर हो रहा है. So what he'll do? He'll call a press conference and he'll announce his retirement. And he'll categorically say that this would be his last match and he will not play any other match after this. So what he's doing? When he's communicating to the press, he's simultaneously communicating to the entire world. And when he's communicating to the entire world, he's telling the entire world that my message is clear. This would be the last game and after this I won't be playing any game. So clarity in message is very important when you want to give out the clear-cut message which is there as a fact. Next is completeness. Now completeness is also very important when you decide the objective of communication. It is very important that your message should be complete. Why? Unless until your message is not complete, it can come out with different assumptions. For example, the message says that come tomorrow. Now come tomorrow is not a complete sentence with not the complete details. Come tomorrow अपने आप में complete sentence नहीं है, ना ही उसमें complete details मौजूद है. So what will happen? The person doesn't know कि कहाँ पे जाना है, कितने बजे जाना है, क्यों जाना है. इसकी जगह अगर ये मैसेज हो come tomorrow, there is a get together at 7 o'clock in the evening, then that message is complete. So it is very important to understand that complete message should always be communicated. If the message is not complete, there will be a gap in the communication which will hamper, which will destroy the objective of communication. अगर ऑब्जेक्टिव ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन है कि हम कंप्लीट मैसेज सेंड करें, सो आपको डबल चेक करना चाहिए, आपको प्रूफ रीड करना चाहिए दैट एवरी डिटेल्स इज इंक्लूडेड. यू कैन कम थ्रू दिस, यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड दिस विथ वन मोर एग्जाम्पल. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, आपने सभी ने एक इन्विटेशन कार्ड तो देखा ही होगा. नॉर्मली इन एन इन्विटेशन कार्ड द एंटायर डिटेल इज मैंशनड. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, समवन्स वेडिंग कार्ड, that is nothing but a form of communication, a written form of communication. In the wedding card, the day, the venue, that is the place, the timing, for each and every activity, for each and every event is mentioned clear and categorically. Why? Because they want to ensure that the message is complete and there is no ambiguity, there is no confusion amongst the receivers. I'd like to talk about the next point of 7 C's of communication, that is conciseness. Conciseness means to be very crisp, to be very short, to be very precise. For example, you receive a message, do whatever you want. Now this message is not complete. This message is not crisp. This message doesn't fulfill any objective. So if you want to work hard on this objective, ensure that your message is crisp. That means you do not end up repeating the same thing again and again. You must have seen that a two-liner message becomes a paragraph. You must have seen a message which can be typed into few words becomes an essay. Why? Because at times people have a habit of receiving the same fact, receiving the same content again and again in some other language. So it is very important that you understand that the repetition of the message should not be done and message should be sent once and for all in the minimum required words. Next point is concreteness. Now what do we understand by the concreteness? The concreteness talks about that the message should be clear, cut, easy to understand and should not be changed. Message should be concrete. Message should be clear to understand. Message should not lead to any kind of ambiguity. Message should give out the clear-cut message. That is the concrete message. Next, I would like to talk about the correctness. While talking all the other objectives, when we talk about the 7 C's of communication, it is very important that we talk about the correctness of communication. It is very important that when we communicate, we use the right form of vocabulary. We use right context. We use correct grammar. That is very important when we talk about communication. It is very, very important. Now, for example, मैं आपको एक example देना चाहूँगा इस चीज़ को समझाने के लिए. You must have seen that a word pathetic is used. Now, what do we understand by the word pathetic? Which is very, very bad. अब इससे खराब कुछ हो ही नहीं सकता. Now, people have been using this word very now and then, very frequently. Oh, these conditions are pathetic. They'll go to some garden, for example. This is pathetic. Now, please understand that everywhere, in every context, word pathetic cannot be used. Pathetic means something very, very bad. Nothing can be worse than that. So, every word has a specific context, and therefore, correctness in the communication is very important. ये ज़रूरी है कि आप किसी को ओवर हाइप ना करें. ये ज़रूरी है कि that you do not end up exaggerating the message. So yes, using the right context, using the right comparison, using the correct grammar, using the correct figures of speech is very important when you communicate your message so that it doesn't lead to any confusion again. Last but not the least, courtesy. When we talk about the objectives of communication, we should never forget the courtesy part of it. If we talk about the verbal communication, yes, courtesy should be there. If we talk about the non-verbal forms of communication, yes, courtesy should be there. If we talk of any form of communication, yes, courtesy should be there. In written form of communication or oral form of communication, we can always write please. We can always say sorry. We can always say excuse me. And a lot of vocabulary which can be used as a part of courtesy. After you, for example. Similarly, if I talk about the non-verbal forms of communication, our entire body language can be an example of it. That is nothing but the courtesy. We'll move on with the next part. Some of the universal elements in communication. I'll first read out the universal elements and then we will discuss. The communication environment. Communicators must act with the sensory environment around them. So, objective is getting affected by the environment around. Use of symbols. Communicators make use of symbols such as words, facial expression, signs, and other body language. Third, the mental filter. Communicators interpret the message through their uniquely structured mind, which has varying filters that consist of their experiences, thoughts, and feelings. Perfect communication is impossible. No two communicators will perceive the exact same meaning of the message as their mental filters differ. So yes, there are few important points that you should always determine while getting into the objectives of the communication. Try to choose the symbols which connect the right meaning and the same meaning which is there in your culture and which is there in the other person's culture. Try to use the language which is equally understandable by both the people. Try to choose a medium which is clear and easy to understand. So yes, objective of communication gets affected by the universal elements in the environment. If I talk about the external environment, every other factor which is there in the external part of the environment is going to affect your communication. And one of it is the filters. You never know how do you filter your information and you do not know how the other person is going to filter the information. So, it is very important to understand that objective should be one such which takes care of the universal elements of the communication. Communications and the electronic media. Electronic media have made distant communication possible through the use of telecommunication. They connect the sender and receiver in a timeless and spaceless web of communication and offer immediate feedback on the same messages conveyed. Some preferred modes of communication through electronic media are here. Now, I would like to first talk about email and voicemail. When the emails and voicemails are used, now I'm talking about the communication with respect to some technology. And because we are talking about the commercial communication, it is very important to understand the use of commercial communication with respect to technology. First, email. Why do we use email? Because email gives the information on the spot. Email is one of the forms of written communication. Email can be used as black and white as a proof whenever you talk to someone in terms of messaging, in terms of emailing rather. Next is voicemail. Voicemail is the oral form of communication. You can always leave a voicemail. So your objective should be clear that whenever you are using a voicemail, your message should be within the 7 C's of communication. Very concise, very crisp, and to the point. Phone conferencing, again, which is very important as a part of commercial communication. Video conferencing, again, which is very important when we talk about the corporate environment. Telephone, that is the landline connections, and cell phones, which have all the features nowadays. Next is communication in the social media. Now, do we ever realize why do we communicate on social media? We communicate on social media because we want to share our thoughts and feelings with others. Online social media emerged out of our innate need to connect with each other as human beings. As social media are not static, they empower the audience by allowing the collaboration creativity. Few examples of social media: Facebook, Twitter, MySpace, Orkut, YouTube. You must have seen, whatever you post, you get likes. That means you are getting connected to people. People can come to know about you. People can view you with the help of social media. So communication has become easier. Reaching out to the people has become easier because of social media. Importance of communication in management. That is nothing but commercial communication, business management, business communication, managerial communication. Communication skills are indispensable for effective management. It is through communication that production and distribution operations are controlled and coordinated to achieve the objectives. So if I talk about the post-corp, planning, organizing, staffing, directing, controlling, every communication, every part of this planning or every part of this management is taken care by the communication. So if you want to plan, you need to communicate. If you want to organize, you need to communicate. If you want to restructure something, you need to communicate. You need to control everything. You need to communicate to people. Importance of management continued. The objective creates a sense of belonging amongst people. For example, a manager who is able to explain the roles and career paths makes employees feel a part of the organization. So it is the objective that there is a sense of belongingness. It is the objective there is some human touch involved when we talk about communication. So communication comes with the objective of human touch. Communication comes with an objective that somebody cares as far as the organization is concerned. Resolve disputes. One of the primary objectives which we can think upon, which we can write up about is about resolving disputes. Every organization has disputes, but those disputes can be solved if the communication is made at the right time. To resolve the dispute is one of the objectives of communication. Communication failure leads to loss of time, money, and good human relations. Provides a holistic view of the situation. What do we mean by the holistic view? The cover, the entire. Effective communication gives or helps perceive and understand the meaning of things around. With the help of communication, we can understand the overall situation, the overall scenario, which is nothing but the communication itself. So communication helps to simplify things. Communication helps to resolve things. Communication helps to resolve disputes, and communication creates a sense of belonging in the organization and in the society. Communication concerns of the manager. To be able to communicate well, managers must be able to devote their time to the following: receive and interpret information from other managers and departments, send information to other department managers on time, disseminate information and suggestions about new plans or projects on top management, develop a positive attitude, transmit information to subordinates. Communication concerns of the managers continued. Interpersonal role, informational role, decision role. Now friends, this would be the last slide that I would be explaining you today. According to the communication concerns, our objective changes. Every manager plays a role of interpersonal communication, informational role, and decision role. Interpersonal role, when he interacts with the people, with the organization's member, with the personnel, he needs to understand them. And that is the basic objective of a manager. Informational role. Manager has some information and he passes on some information. So good information sharing is again the base of commercial communication, and last but not the least, decision role. A good decision making is again a part or an objective of commercial communication. Thank you so much for listening to me. I hope this session would be fruitful to you and you'll enjoy much more in the coming sessions. Thank you and have a great day.
Sandhan, All Gujarat Integrated Classroom.
સેટેલાઇટના માધ્યમથી જોડતી કડી એટલે સંધાન.